Right now, at this very second, someone else might be driving your life. You don't even know it. Someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes. They are shaping your mood. They are clouding your big decisions. They are keeping you locked in a cycle. It is a cycle that drains your energy. It stops you from becoming who you are meant to be. Maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's a partner. It could even be your family. Even strangers on the internet can do this to you. But here is the part that really hurts. You gave them that power. You didn't mean to do it. Nobody does. But every time you let a comment ruin your day, you gave away a piece of yourself. Every time you stayed awake obsessing over what people think, you lost power. You became emotionally dependent. This dependency is the enemy of your success. It kills your confidence. It destroys your inner peace. Think about it. Most people are emotional prisoners. They react instead of responding. Their happiness depends on a like or a nod. They pour energy into people who give nothing back. They are haunted by the fear of rejection. I want you to hear this clearly. This is not kindness. This is not being a good person. This is vulnerability disguised as love. But today, things are going to change. Welcome to our channel, Elite Summaries. If you want to reclaim your life and master your mind, make sure to subscribe right now. We are here to help you grow. Now, let's get back to the journey of taking back your power. We are going to learn how to detach, not to become cold, but to become powerful. Let's talk about the truth. Emotional attachment is not love. They look the same, but they are opposites. Attachment is born from fear. It comes from a place of desperation. You need them to act a certain way to feel okay. You need their approval to feel worthy. This is not a connection. This is a mask. Look at your life right now. How many of your emotions are controlled by others? Does a slow reply give you a knot in your stomach? Do you replay conversations in your head 1,000 times? If you're honest, the answer is yes, more than you'd like. When someone knows your buttons, they own you. They control your emotional thermostat. But look at the people you admire, the true leaders. They don't crumble under criticism. They don't chase approval. They have a deep well of confidence. This is emotional detachment. It is about being intentional. It is about choosing where to spend your energy. Other people's behavior is about them. It is not about you. Many people think detachment means being ice cold. That is a mistake. Detachment is the floor of a healthy relationship. When you don't starve for approval, you can be real. When you don't need them to act a certain way, you can love them truly. We were trained since childhood to react. We were told that being shattered by rejection is proof of love. We were told that worrying about opinions makes us thoughtful. But these are the walls of your cage. They keep you at the mercy of others. This is no way to build a successful life. Your soul is calling for something better. This often starts with how you were raised. Maybe love felt like a reward. You learned to be perfect to earn a smile. You became a satellite dish, always scanning for reactions. But you are not that child anymore. You can rewrite the program. You can be your own source of validation. You can be peaceful even in chaos. This is total liberation. Imagine this. You wake up and reach for your phone. You scan for notifications to feel valued. If it's quiet, your morning is dark. This is how you lose power. You go to work. Your boss says something vague. You spend 3 hours dissecting it. Your focus is gone. Your mind is consumed by a story you made up. Later, a friend seems distant. You wonder what you did wrong. You want to text them. You want to ask if they are okay. By the time you go to bed, you are exhausted. Not because of work, but because of emotional reacting. You gave pieces of yourself to everyone. This is how the majority of people live. It happens one small surrender at a time. You learn to value voices from the outside more than your own. You became a master at reading rooms. You became a shapeshifter. But beneath the surface, you feel broken if someone dislikes you. You feel responsible for everyone's mood. You put your needs last just to keep the peace. In your relationships, you walk on eggshells. You might stay in a toxic place because you fear being alone. At work, you say yes to everything. You are afraid of disappointing anyone. In social groups, you pretend to like things. You bite your tongue. You spend money you don't have to look good. Every pattern does the same thing. It puts your peace in someone else's hands. This becomes an addiction. Validation gives you a hit of dopamine. You need more and more to feel baseline okay. It's like a drug. But the people you are chasing don't even know they have this power. They are busy chasing their own validation. You are losing your soul for people who aren't even watching. The good news is you can take it back. Once you see the pattern, you can break it. You can start writing your own rules. To do this, you must understand your brain. Most of your reactions are just echoes of the past. There is a tiny part of your brain called the amygdala. It's your alarm system. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the tribe meant death. So your brain learned to fear rejection at all costs. But your brain can't tell the difference between a predator and a mean comment. When someone ignores your text, your brain thinks you are going to die. It floods you with stress. But nobody is going to die because of a social media unfollow. Understanding this gives you a gap. It gives you a space between the event and your reaction. You can stop and ask yourself, is this a real threat, or is this just an old program? The key is metacognition. It means thinking about your thinking. Don't be the person drowning in the river. Be the scientist on the bank watching the water. Instead of, I am angry, try, I notice anger is here. It sounds small, but it changes everything. It makes you the observer. You are the sky. The emotions are just clouds. Most of your pain doesn't come from facts. It comes from the stories you tell yourself. Someone doesn't call back. You write a script about how you are not enough. Your boss is quiet. You watch a horror movie in your head about being fired. These stories feel real. Your body reacts to them. But they are just interpretations. They are often the worst-case scenarios.
Detachment gives you the wisdom to wait for facts. It reminds you that everything is temporary. Emotions are visitors. Situations are chapters, not permanent addresses.
When you know this, you stop gripping so hard. You don't soar too high. You don't sink too low. You find a steady center. You can still feel, but you won't be capsized. And here is the biggest truth. You cannot control other people. We live like we can. We think if we love enough, they will change. But everyone has their own wounds and their own free will. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you stop bleeding energy. Redirect that energy to the only thing you govern: your own thoughts, your own actions. This is where your sovereignty lives. You need to move from seeking validation to generating it. Imagine taking the remote control back. You are the only one who decides your value. Your worth is not a performance review. It doesn't change if someone claps or boos. Praise shouldn't inflate you. Criticism shouldn't shatter you. They are just pieces of information. Also, you must become comfortable with being disliked. Chasing universal approval is the path to being respected by nobody, especially yourself. The most respected people are those who have the courage to be themselves. They don't bend under pressure. They have boundaries that don't break. This doesn't mean being mean. It means being unapologetically you. Let people's reactions belong to them. If they are uncomfortable with your truth, that is their business. Another shift is realizing it's almost never about you. When someone snaps at you, they are carrying a heavy load. When they don't choose you, you just weren't the right fit for their journey. Stop the exhausting analysis. Stop carrying their weight. Move from being attached to outcomes to loving the process. We tie our peace to the result. Did I get the job? Did they text back? But you can't control the result. You can only control your effort. When you anchor yourself to your intention, you become braver. You stop being paralyzed by fear. You take bigger leaps. Paradoxically, you often get better results this way. Also, stop living in scarcity. Don't think there is a limited supply of love or opportunity. This makes you cling to things that hurt you. Trust that love and opportunity are renewable. When one door closes, you are being redirected. Move from being reactive to being intentional. Don't let a comment write the script of your day. Wake up and choose your internal world. This takes practice. It takes patience. But it changes everything. Now, let's talk about breaking the chains. It won't feel comfortable. Growth rarely does. It requires you to do the opposite of your instincts. When you want to beg for reassurance, you must sit with the silence. When you want to please others, you must risk their disapproval. You deserve to be free. But freedom requires courage. Start by creating a pause. Widen the gap between the trigger and the response. Take one slow breath. Count to 10. Ask yourself, am I responding to the now? Or am I responding to a wound from 10 years ago? This pause is revolutionary. It's where your freedom lives. Also, be curious about your emotions. Instead of judging yourself for being sad, ask why the sadness is visiting. What is it trying to show you? Treat your feelings like messengers. This transforms your inner world. Your emotions stop being enemies. Practice the art of non-reaction. When someone tries to provoke you, stay like a mountain. Don't give them the fuel they are fishing for. Start small. If someone makes a snarky comment, let it float past you. If they try to pull you into drama, decline the invitation. The more you do this, the more you realize something. Much of human behavior is a search for a reaction. When you don't provide it, the drama loses its power. Establish clear emotional boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines for how to treat you. Stop being an emotional sponge. You don't have to carry the weight of everyone's mood. Say no without a long explanation. Walk away from dark conversations. Protect your territory. Build emotional self-sufficiency. Learn to meet your own needs. If you need comfort, be your own source of warmth. This isn't about being alone. It's about connecting from a place of fullness. You stop approaching people with a begging bowl. You approach them with an overflowing cup. Distinguish between your business and other people's business. Your thoughts are your business. Their thoughts are theirs. Most suffering comes from being in business that isn't yours. Stay in your own lane. Let others tend their own gardens. Stop carrying bags that aren't yours. This journey leads to a freedom that might bring tears to your eyes. Freedom from the performance. Freedom from the storm. True emotional strength is not about avoiding pain. It's about experiencing it without being demolished. It's about emotional armor. This armor is made of unshakable self-worth. Your value is not your bank balance. It's not your relationship status. It exists because you exist. Period. When you know this, the game changes. Develop mental discipline. Your mind is a machine. It produces many thoughts that aren't true. Don't believe everything you think. Observe your thoughts with discernment. Choose which ones get your attention. When a dark thought comes, ask if it's helpful. If not, let it go. Maintain your composure under pressure. True armor shows when life turns up the heat. Respond thoughtfully when you want to react impulsively. And remember selective vulnerability. Not everyone deserves to see your soft side. Be wise with the keys to your inner rooms. Build an internal foundation. Don't build your identity on things that can be taken away. Pursue passions that feed your soul. When your foundation is solid, the world can't destabilize you. This is a lifelong practice. Every challenge makes you stronger. The goal is to become anti-fragile. You don't just survive, you grow. Master the art of strategic indifference. You don't have to care about everything. Caring about everything exhausts you. Choose carefully what gets a place in your heart. Attention is your most valuable resource. Invest it wisely. Most people react to a rude comment and a real crisis with the same intensity. This is a waste of light. Focus your flame on things that matter. Your growth, your loved ones, your health. Let go of the noise. Let go of gossip and past mistakes. Let go quickly. Don't carry yesterday's hurt into today. Feel the emotion, then release it. Extract the lesson and set the rest down. Walk forward, lighter. Accept that you can't please everyone. It is impossible. Stop the pursuit of universal approval. It sets you free. Your energy is your currency. Without it, nothing works. Be protective of it. Don't leave your front door wide open for everyone to rearrange your furniture. Conduct an energy inventory. Notice what fills you and what drains you. Spend more time with people who light you up, less with those who dim your flame. Don't feel guilty for this. You are not an emotional dumpster. Protecting your energy is a generous act. It allows you to give more to what truly matters. Learn to say no as a complete sentence. You don't owe an apology for your limits. Stop the quiet leaks. Stop the compulsive phone checking. Stop the mental rumination. Rumination is a broken record. It accomplishes nothing. It drains your battery. Redirect your mind to the present. Reclaiming your energy is an act of self-respect. It makes you more whole. It makes you more capable. When you deal with difficult people, remember they are a mirror of their own world. Their manipulation is a survival strategy they learned long ago. Their aggression is their powerlessness. It is not about you. Don't participate in their games. If they guilt trip or gaslight, don't defend yourself. The moment you justify, you lose. State your position and stop talking. Stay emotionally neutral. If they escalate, you stay steady. If you don't give the reaction, the balloon deflates. Set boundaries that are non-negotiable. If they cross the line, there must be a consequence. This is not punishment, it is protection. You are not responsible for their reaction to your healthy limits. Use the gray rock method for toxic people. Be as uninteresting as a stone. They will eventually look elsewhere for drama. Practice compassion with limits. Don't let people use your kindness as a doormat. And have the courage to walk away if you must. Protecting your life is a priority. Living free means moving from a place of grounded strength. It means sovereignty over your inner world. You can care deeply about what matters. You can be unshaken by what doesn't. You become unstoppable because nothing can own you. Take radical responsibility for your emotional state. No one can make you feel anything. You choose your response. This shift from victim to creator is where the power lies. If it's your choice, you can choose better. Build a peace that doesn't depend on things going smoothly. This is deep, structural peace. It comes from knowing you can handle anything. It's built one choice at a time. Become outcome independent. Bring your passion to the table, but hold the result loosely. Success is about how bravely you showed up. This dissolves the fear of failure. In relationships, this creates magic. You show up as your real self. You love without conditions. You attract authenticity. See adversity as an invitation to grow. Every setback is a laboratory for your resilience. And have compassion for those still trapped. You know the pain of that prison. You become a lighthouse. You show what is possible when someone stops giving their power away. This is your birthright. The power was always inside you. It was never in their hands. It's beating with your heart. The only question is, will you claim it? Make this a daily practice. It's not a destination, it's a way of living.
Your brain has old paths. You must build new ones. It takes time. Start with morning anchoring. Before the phone, set your intention. How do I want to show up today? How will I respond to pressure? This is strategic preparation. Do emotional check-ins throughout the day. Interrupt the autopilot. Catch the patterns early. Seek small opportunities to practice detachment. Reflect in the evening. Where did you react? Where did you choose peace? Don't be harsh. Be curious. Learn yourself. Curate your environment. Surround yourself with growth. Mental rehearsal is powerful. Visualize yourself staying calm in the storm. Programming your mind makes the real moments easier. Remember, progress is not a straight line. Some days will be messy. That is okay. Just keep showing up. Some people will resist your change. They might call you cold.
That is just proof it's working. Detached relationships are the deepest ones. They are built on choice, not fear. Both people stay whole. You keep your identity. You don't dissolve into the other person. You sit beside their pain without being swallowed. You are committed, but you hold the outcome loosely. You refuse to play emotional games. You accept them as they are, not as projects. This is where real love breathes. Professional life is also a place for detachment. You are not your job. Your identity is independent of your title. Stop taking workplace politics personally. Pursue excellence, but don't be imprisoned by the promotion. Set firm boundaries around your work life. This gives you the freedom to make strategic decisions, and when everything falls apart, stand strong. Crisis is the ultimate test. It's where your architecture shows its worth. Accept that storms are part of life. Separate what you can influence from what you can't. Remind yourself that this too shall pass. You are stronger than any single circumstance. One day, you will look in the mirror and see a new person. The strings will be gone. You will be emotionally sovereign. You will be fully present. Your presence will be magnetic. People will feel safe around you. You will make wiser decisions. You will be healthier. You will be free. The transformed life is an ever-deepening journey. You can never go back to being a puppet. You have become who you were meant to be. Confident, strong, loving, free. The power is yours. Claim it today.